The chair recognizes Ms. Sykes for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and Ranking Member, for convening this joint subcommittee hearing today, and to our witnesses, thank you for your testimony and being with us. In 2022, the National Science Foundation awarded a $2 million grant to fund graduate level traineeship program for University of Akron students studying mechanical engineering, computer science, and polymer sciences. These sort of cross-sector partnerships are crucial for ensuring access to critical resources necessary to power both responsible and innovative AI discovery. My question is for Dr. Abdallah and Dr. Shamra. You both at universities, and you both know the power and the need of graduate students and how their studies and their postdoc scholarship produces much of our innovative STEM research. Can you please talk about the education and research tools needed for federal agency programs to best equip our trainees to learn how to incorporate AI into their projects?
I completely agree with you that graduate students are essential for the innovation and technology. And actually, NSF and DOE, they have many programs that can fund actually and give full scholarship for students to go for a PhD program. But schools like Oakland University and other, we always find it challenging access to high computing powers. So as a student actually get that scholarship from NSF, still we really need the high computing power in order to generate the research and provide an opportunity for these students to produce quality program and learn and actually get the outcome they need. R1 schools and other universities, they have the resources, and of course Dr. Abdallah talked about Georgia Tech with over $1 billion in research that provide an enormous resource to spend on these schools. Small schools don't have that access. So I really think a federal agency democratizing access to high computing power could lead to a lot of advancement for graduate students and others. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I would agree with that you know the providing access to compute power and other resources across the board, you know, even at a university as well resource as Georgia Tech or many of the R1s, we do run into these absolute limitations. Going back to the question about what programs or what exactly we can do to help produce or educate more students in this space. I think you know, in talking to some industry colleagues, and maybe Mr. Clark could add to that, is that a lot of times what they're interested in is not the specific training in a particular area, but the fundamental knowledge in math, statistics, computing, and so on. So AI is a tool. AI is now you know, the flavor of the year or the decade, and it's been extremely successful. But a lot of the work that goes into building these models, not into the training necessarily, or not into the technology, or specifically the applications, have to do with the solid foundation of an undergraduate education in math, statistics, and sciences.
Thank you for that. And we talked about specifically graduate and PhD postdoc education, but what about for folks in undergraduate 2-year degrees, maybe even high school? What opportunities do those students have?
I can tell you an example at Oakland University. What we do, actually, we offer certificate program and summer program for where we bring actually young kids as early as elementary school from Pontiac, from Detroit, and from Rochester schools, and introducing not only to data science, AI, cybersecurity, and other, because we really need to prepare our students early in order to get to the 2 years and 4 years and get them to the point where, regardless of their background or gender, they can be productive in this arena.
Thank you. I'm going to pivot a little bit, and I appreciate you mentioning that because we talked quite a bit about the missing million in this committee and getting more people of diverse backgrounds, geographical backgrounds, racial backgrounds, because we need it not only for to be competitive, but for our national security. But I'm from Northeast Ohio. We recently received a tech hub designation for polymers and would be interested to know from anyone on the panel, how does AI incorporate itself into the polymer science industry?
AI, as I mentioned, is a tool that is being applied across everything: polymers, drugs, materials, hypersonics, almost anything that you can think of that today requires measuring something and then making a decision or a design of something else. The availability of data and the availability of large data and being able to discover not just the connections between this data, but something that you can project forward, including in the design of, again, polymers or other things, is extremely important. We have a saying in science and computing that says we overestimate the short-term effects of a technology, but we underestimate its long-term effect. This applies very much to AI right now. We're thinking in the hype. We're in the hype cycle where it could apply to everything, or where we say it applies to things. But in the future, it's going to be just like the internet that started out as a means of communication. It's now our way of doing business and conducting our business. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think we could use, we probably use that saying in Congress as well. Mr. Chairman, I yield back.